Word, your mother, boys and girls. It is your boy Sniper West coming at you here from hitthepick.com. That's right, hitthepick.com, where you can find all our handicapping selections. There's 5 handicappers over there. David Delano, myself, Scott Steen, Tom Macrina, and Loud Esmond. And hitthepick.com is a brand new website. We hope you go check it out for football and really for every sport, to be honest with you. In fact, I do a lot of different sports. I do UFC, I do CFL. We have Loud Esmond that does the MASL, which is Major Arena Soccer League. Then we got guys like Tom Macrina, who does NASCAR and golf as well, and soccer. So, whatever your flavor is, there's 5 guys over there, but there's really 32 flavors, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of different stuff you can, a lot of different selections you could choose to win some money. And that's why you guys are here. You're here watching a sports handicapping video because you want to win money. And that is what we attempt to do for you guys every day, is give you winning selections. There's always somebody who's on fire over there at the website. Lately, it's been David Delano. He's been doing very, very well. I've been doing really well in UFC. I've had a fantastic UFC season, and CFL is going pretty well too. Major League Baseball, I'm kind of treading water. Baseball is just such a grind. It's every single day for half the year for the most part, and but David Delano is doing really well over in baseball. So whoever you want to choose over there, hitthepick.com is where you want to go for all your handicapping needs. I am doing a preview of the Mountain West Conference here for you. I did the SEC video. I released that last week. I'm going to do the Mountain West for you here. I have 3 selections for you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with Boise State here. So I'm going to take them over 10.5 wins. Okay, you can actually get that at plus 125. So Boise State, they're laying 160, right, to win the division, which is pretty crazy because the next 2 teams behind them are plus 700, right? That's San Jose State and UNLV are both plus 700 to win the division. Boise State is minus 160. So that goes to show you oddsmakers think that Boise State is going to do very well. And I think they will too. They do have a new offensive coordinator, Nate Potter. He's replacing Dirk Cutter. So I think that's a little bit of a step down, to be honest with you. But I think it'll just take him some time to gel, to be honest with you. Remember, Dirk Cutter, he was a big-time NFL coordinator. So Nate Potter, he's got some big shoes to fill. But I think he's going to fill them quite well. They do have to play both USF and Notre Dame on the road, so it's a little bit scary. But they are favored by 8.5. They play USF week 1, and they're favored by 8.5 over USF. So, oddsmakers would tell you they have a good chance to win that game. If they lose to Notre Dame, which they probably will, they'll need to run the table after that, win every single game on their schedule, if they are going to go over 10.5 wins. And I think they are actually going to do that. And like I said, the offense, it'll just take some time to gel with Nate Potter. But I think they'll gel. I think that's what they'll do. They do have 9 returning players on offense and 6 on defense, so that's big time. A lot of returning players. So give me the over 10.5 wins for Boise State. You can get that at plus 125 over at BetOnline. Regarding UNLV, I like the over here too. So there's a lot of turnover. Only 2 returning starters. They have 1 on offense and 1 on defense. So a lot of turnover. And you do have Dan Mullen coming in here. But Dan Mullen, he's a big-time head coach, right? He coached at Florida. He actually was Dak Prescott's, I think his quarterback coach or offensive coordinator there at Mississippi State when Dak Prescott was there. So he has a ton of experience. He's a very good coach. And he's going to be motivated to climb the ladder. I highly doubt that UNLV is his dream job, right? He's either going to want to get back in the booth or he's going to want to go to a big program again. So that means he has to do well here, right? And I think he's going to do well. They do get to dodge San Jose State, which is big for their schedule, right? They do have to face Boise State and UCLA. They probably lose those 2 games. But, they're plus 700 to win the conference along with San Jose State. And they have 2 good quarterback options, too. They have Anthony Calandria or Alex Orji. Yes, I said Alex Orji. That is his name. He was with Michigan last year. Anthony Calandria was at Virginia. But I like UNLV to go over 8.5 wins. I think Dan Mullen really does make a difference. Your final play is going to be Fresno State. I'm taking them over 6.5 wins here. That's minus 125. So Matt Entz, he's the new head coach here. He was the head coach at North Dakota State University. He won 2 FCS national championships, 2019 and 2021. If you remember the 2019, that was the Trey Lance year. He had a 60-11 overall record. He spent the 2024 season at UCLA, which is last year. So, USC, not UCLA. He was an assistant head coach for the defense and a linebackers coach. So, you do get E.J. Warner here. He's probably going to be the quarterback. He was transferred from Temple and Rice, but he's got a lot of potential. I think if he can play well, I think he does play well. I can see 7 wins on the schedule. They do have to face Kansas, BSU, and San Jose State, but they have a lot of winnable games as well. They play Georgia Southern and Southern, the actual school Southern. So they could win both those games. And, you know, they have winnable conference games on their schedule, too. So like the Bulldogs here, over 6.5 wins. Let's go ahead and recap. Like UNLV, over 8.5 at plus 100. Like Fresno State, over 6.5, minus 125. And like the Fresno State Bulldogs, Fresno State over 6.5. That's minus 125. Those are going to be your Mountain West predictions from Sniper West. Like I said, hitthepick.com. That's where you want to go for all your handicapping needs. I promise I will be getting rid of the scruff very, very soon. It's very hot here in Vegas, and I'm kind of getting sick of it, to be honest with you. So expect a cleaned up version of Sniper West very soon. Go over to hitthepick.com and check it out. And I will be back next week with some more free plays. And until then, peace out and keep firing.